Doubles and coffee. You know, my mother always said, me, people don't want you in their place, don't go. If you get a late invitation worse than no invitation. So stay in your zone, stay in your house, stay by people who want you. Penelope Beckers and the PNM, really and truly. What is the stunt? What is the objective? What was the aim? How you feel? Penelope Beckers, as the Honorable Prime Minister said, the USA is a free country, you can do what you want and all of that. That's all very well and good. But Trinidad and Tobago is a serious country. You are purporting to lead people, citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. They may be misguided and they may support the PNM for whatever reason, but that's their right. They are free to choose to support the PNM no matter how ludicrous I might think it is. No matter how illogical. So Penelope Beckers, you are representing human beings, citizens of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. And you are walking around New York pretending that you're invited to the UN to do something. Answer these questions, Samina. One, what other leaders of the opposition of any nation in the country, in the world, out of the 207 odd sovereign nations, was invited to the UN? Was there leaders of the opposition meeting to discuss policy? I see you take a few picture and thing. Where you take them picture? Because I noticed you didn't have no string on your neck. You know what a string on your neck? That you call an accreditation. Show us your accreditation now as Penelope Beckers, leader of the opposition, member of parliament for Arima, invited to the meeting and of the UN and so on with your picture and thing. And you like to take pictures. Show me that now. Give me a little agenda, who you met with, where you met, what were the issues discussed, who you were representing, who you consulted with to go and give your position on whatever issue and meeting you had without accreditation. Help me now. And then Penelope Beckers, when you can't answer, ask yourself, what kind of game you playing? Who you representing? Politics is a serious thing. You have people believing in you, hoping that you will come up with some sort of policy that maybe in the future you could rise to be somewhere in power to help people. And you're making a buffoon of yourself. You wake up every morning, bathe and put on smell nice and thing to walk around, to storm, to hang around a meeting. So when Carnival come, we could expect you to do what? Storm fete? Shake down the fence? What it is the PNM has become. And while you up there gallivanting, you have a retired Rowley talking more than you. Rowley talking more now than when he was Prime Minister. Rowley, I thought you retired. You talk about when Trinidad and Tobago had Rowley, you have to be a madman, you know. I feel you move from the palace in St. Anne's to St. Anne's Hospital, talking about when Trinidad and Tobago had some great leadership. You, Rowley, you are the greatest miscreant to ever force his way onto a political party and into political office at the highest realm. Rowley, there's nothing about you that people are inspired by. You're a disgusting disgrace as a man, as a fake father for owning your children on the inside and discarding your outside children. You are the most corrupt human being to ever be around. They have questions about you from National Quarries 1977, Greenvale, Land Gate, coming into Email Gate, Nelson Gate, Ferry Gate, Procurement Gate, DPP Gate, Nelson Gate, and Indemnity with Faris. You are the man who didn't know how to fill out your Integrity in Public Life Act form. You are the man who shut down Petrotrin when nobody told you shut it down. You lie and say Wilfred Espini and the board told you to shut it down. He went under oath and say you lie. He never tell you to shut it down. But a bareback man who cussing down the place tell you shut down, lock down, or broke down. You still talking to the members of the PNM who still fighting up to go in a September affair. Imagine call him but tell all you. We didn't listen. We were arrogant. We were elitists. We were not on the ground. We didn't listen to the cries of the people. And the first thing all you do is go in hired for expensive ball and leave the people outside. All you do is listen, stick breaking all your ears permanently. The PNM is discarded. The PNM is rejected. People don't want to hear about that. So all you who's still trying to talk about the PNM and the PNM, give it a rest. I know it's hard. It's like a long-standing disease that you had and you don't know that you get cured. You're still waiting to take your medicine and your vitamin and drink your water to flush out your system. PNM is gone. PNM is dead. PNM will not return. Right now the country looking for our next party to put into opposition, to keep the government in check, to ask good questions, to make good laws. The PNM, and to those who do not understand, pay close attention to this budget debate, because the information coming out about the dishonesty, the abhorrent lack of process of the PNM, the corruption, the nepotism, the poor procurement, the Franco-men thieving, this vacuuming of the treasury, all will be told in the budget debate coming up, ministry by ministry. And for those who feel and pretend like the PNM used to share information, the PNM is a disease of dishonesty. So Penelope Beckles, do me a favor. Show me your accreditation. Show me your meetings. Show me some piece of paper that you went and who was on the agenda, who else was invited. Show a little minutes of your meeting now. Show me how many other leaders of the opposition in the world were invited. Because that means that here in a penny, we don't hear so stupid that other countries who normally meet with government to government because they would like to get things done as quickly as possible, because you know, public policy and so on, it's bureaucratic, there's red tape and it takes time. So normally governments like to meet with governments, prime ministers with prime ministers, presidents with presidents, kings with leaders, so that they could make decisions, sign MOUs and move forward. Are you trying to say, Penelope Beckles, that somewhere in the UN, some group of countries so know Trinidad and Tobago politics that they know about PNM, they know about Balize, and they know that maybe in 2030, there may be a slim chance that Penelope Beckles, you will be in a position of power to impact some decision, and therefore in 2025, they want to have discussions with you to move an agenda forward for 2030. And if they only knew how bad PNM suffering in Trinidad and Tobago now, and how the truth coming out, they know that it could never be till 2035. So them leaders inviting you to talks, knowing full well that you go never see power, that making sense? Make it make sense for us, Penelope. Answer the Douglas now, because the PNM fake news media wouldn't ask you that. They could just say, oh gosh, you went, you was invited to the outskirts. It's best you had go California, die on the outskirts too. Bless.